class today we will be discussing...
Mr. Layton, can I go to the bathroom?
Zach, you used the bathroom 27 times in the past half hour. I need more. Fine, go. As I was saying earlier, today we'll be discussing lysergic acid dimethylide, also known as LSD, also known as acid, also known as window pane or golden dragon.
Where do I get it?
Well, see, Zach, LSD is actually a very hard substance to acquire, saying that's an illegal substance, and...
I got it.
What? Where did you...
I got it from Greg.
Today we'll be covering the major categories of LSD education. The history of LSD is indeed an illustrious and treacherous one. Albert Hofmann in 1938 recorded the first recreational use of the lysergic acid compound, giving himself 250 micrograms. His panic delirium soon transitioned into bliss, and he had produced a new scientific tool used in psychoanalytic therapy up until LSD was made illegal in 1968 because of its horrific strength. It has been described by HowItWorks.com as the most potent hallucinogen known to man, and now is renowned for the vivid delusions its users experience.
I'll handle this next segment. The chemical makeup for LSD is extremely complicated and dangerous, which is good because it discourages easy mass production. Ergot alkaloids must be cultured from fungus in a darkroom and then must be mixed with certain anhydrous solvents and welcome chloroform, both of which have toxic and carcinogenic capabilities. This alkaloid is thereby synthesized into a new lysergic acid compound, isomerized twice, purified, and crystallized to make the finished product. Unfortunately, only an extremely small dose is necessary to feel effects, so such a process can still turn out a large enough supply.
Hey guys, this is Alex Layton, and today I will be teaching you how to make your very own homemade LSD. Alright, so what you want to do is first you have to start off with your chloroform.
Alex, what are you doing?
Making drugs, Mom! Anyways, as I was saying, you want to... Yeah, I'm making drugs.
Isn't that illegal?
What?
Making drugs, isn't it illegal?
Making drugs?
Yeah, legal.
It's illegal?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, guys.
Although it is unclear how LSD operates, researchers and experts have determined that it basically acts as a synthetic neurotransmitter, changing the way the brain's receptors work. As a result, the central nervous system is uniquely stimulated or depressed, and that's where all the bizarre effects come from. Because it is non-addictive and only small doses are required, there have been very few reports of lethal LSD overdoses. The drug has even been proven to help permanently combat alcoholism. However, the loss of inhibitions that can easily result from LSD usage has been known to cause many grotesque accidents and legal troubles. Introversion and loss of interest are some common social repercussions that also go along with frequent use.
Historically, the drug has been marketed as Delicid in very early years and administered to people with schizophrenia, obsessive-compulsive disorder, depression, and autism. Its use was very specific and medically inclined, although an infamous black market had developed by 1962. LSD soon developed a close tie with 1960s anti-war movements led by the quintessential hippie, and earned an almost cheerful connotation because it was synonymous with relaxation and merriment. The Beatles' song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds popularly illustrated its potential effects, although John Lennon claimed to have never realized the title spelled out LSD. According to the 2007 National Household Survey on Drug Use and Health, about 10% of Americans above the age of 12 have experimented with LSD.
Fortunately, LSD is subject to the Controlled Substances Act and has comparatively high legal ramifications for use at that. Federal punishment for the first offense of LSD possession is both a minimum fine of $1,000 and up to 1 year in prison. And now, here's an artist/filmmaker's conception of a particularly unfortunate trip.
Let's get creative! Get creative! to never be creative again.
Some negative effects of LSD include increasing or decreasing body temperature, sweating or chills, loss of appetite, sleeplessness, dry mouth, and tremors. LSD also has dreadful effects on the brain, including impaired time/depth perception, severe terrifying thoughts and feelings, fear of losing control, panic attacks, severe depression, and sudden flashbacks of the trip that come without warning later on in life.
This is your brain. See how nice and clean it is? It's your brain. It thinks and it's nice and clean. And that's your brain on LSD. Don't do drugs, kids.
The molecular formula for lysergic acid dithylamide is C20H25N3O and is typically formed by hydrolysis of certain alkaline compounds. Its alterations on standard serotonin production affects two major sections of the brain: the cerebral cortex, which controls perception, mood, and cognition, and the locus ceruleus, which manages the sensory signals it receives from the body's different parts. Chemically, its properties are just as interesting. Its chemical structure quite strikingly resembles chains of methane, characteristic of a weak base, but with some hydrogen bonds. A crystalline solid incompatible with strong oxidizing agents, LSD-25 is quite frail and can actually be destroyed by intense light or high temperatures. A melting point of approximately 82 degrees Celsius is rather surprising considering its fragility. The C5 isomers and other synthetic components of the drug account for its strong fluorescence and glowing under a UV light. However, it would require a large supply to see this glow, as the average dose is 300 micrograms, about 1/10 the mass of a grain of sand.
On April 19, 1943, Albert Hofmann became the first person to self-experiment with LSD. Wartime restrictions prevented Hofmann from driving a vehicle back home, so he made the journey by bike and while still under the drug's effects. And now we will reenact the event that gave LSD its first surge of popularity: Bicycle Day.
The date is April 19, 1943. I am Dr. Albert Hoffman. This is my first experiment with the drug I call lysergic acid dithylamide. Though I know not what its effects will be, I am confident great strides will be made in the scientific community. I'm at my laboratory now, and the war prevents my driving of a motor vehicle, so I may have to take the trip home by bicycle later on. Here we go. This is strange effect.
Things that bother you never bother me. I feel happy and fine, ha-ha! Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Having got a lot, I don't need a lot. Coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight.
Very strange things are occurring here. This is very... my perception is altered. What is this? My neighbor. What is he doing? What is this? What? I'm not sure what I'm seeing. Can it be? No! I feel lightheaded. Like something is not well with my eyes. Wait, can it be? My pants! They are yellow! No!
I'm right here to stay where I want to stay. I'll be right in my prime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful
I've crashed into this strange drive. I know not where I am. What? No!
And that's why they call it Bicycle Day. Doctor, can you find anything wrong with me
that you might describe as an adverse effect?
Well, the only thing I see out of the ordinary here is... my... what dilated pupils you have.
But